Most people think cars die because they get old, but that's not the truth. The truth is, most engines die early because their owners were given bad advice, followed factory shortcuts, or simply didn't know what habits actually protect their car long term. The auto industry doesn't always want your car to last. Think about it. If every car ran 400,000 or 500,000 miles without issues, dealerships would sell a lot fewer vehicles. So manufacturers write maintenance schedules that are just good enough to keep the car running through the warranty period, maybe a little longer, but not for a lifetime. And that's why so many engines give out at 120,000 or 150,000 miles, while others, with the right habits, keep going past 500,000 without ever needing a rebuild. This video is all about those habits. 17 proven ways to make your car outlast the competition, protect your wallet, and keep you safely on the road for decades. If you've ever wondered why one driver's car seems to stay bulletproof while yours constantly needs repairs, the answer comes down to the details you're about to learn. And I promise you, once you know them, you'll never look at maintenance the same way again. Let's kick things off with habit number 17, the oil lifeline. Oil is your engine's blood. Ignore it, stretch it too far, or use the wrong type, and you start a countdown to engine failure. A lot of manufacturers today advertise extended oil change intervals, 8,000 miles, 10,000 miles, or even once a year. Sounds convenient, right? Less money spent on service, fewer trips to the shop, and a nice talking point in their brochures. But here's the ugly truth. Those numbers aren't built for engine longevity, they're built for sales. They want to advertise low-maintenance ownership. But oil doesn't care about marketing, it cares about chemistry. With every mile you drive, contaminants build up, the oil shears down, and the additives burn away. Push it too long and sludge forms inside. Metal particles start circulating, and where it begins silently. You won't notice it tomorrow, but fast forward 5 years, and you'll see timing chains rattling, cam phasers sticking, and gaskets failing. Seasoned mechanics know this. That's why they'll tell you most engines thrive when oil is changed between 3,000 and 5,000 miles, especially if you drive in tough conditions like stop-and-go traffic, extreme heat, or lots of short trips. Synthetic oil gives better protection and can stretch closer to 5,000. Conventional oil still does fine in older models, but you need to be strict about the interval. And don't forget the filter. That $2 off-brand filter might save you a coffee today, but cost you a motor tomorrow. Always go for OEM filters or premium brands. Think of it like this. Oil is cheap insurance compared to rebuilding an engine. Ignore the factory fluff, respect the oil lifeline, and you've already extended your engine's future by years. Now habit number 16, transmission fluid reality check. Transmission fluid is often marketed as lifetime. That's one of the biggest myths in the car industry. Lifetime of what? Certainly not the lifetime of your vehicle. It usually means the lifetime of the warranty period. Behind the scenes, transmission fluid works harder than almost any other fluid in your car. It lubricates gears, cools clutches, and carries away microscopic debris every time you shift. Over tens of thousands of miles, it picks up metal dust, breaks down from heat, and loses its protective properties. Here's the scary part. It often still looks fine, still red, still smells okay, but inside it's already compromised. And when fluid breaks down, wear accelerates until one day the transmission slips, jerks, or refuses to shift at all. By then, you're looking at a $4,000 repair. The fix is simple. Drain and refill every 60,000 miles, or 90,000 for hybrids. Never wait until there are symptoms, because that's already too late. Also, never flush an old transmission that's never been serviced. The sudden pressure can dislodge debris and clog everything. Stick with a simple drain and fill. And just like oil, OEM fluid is non-negotiable. Toyota WS for Toyotas, Honda ATF DW1 for Hondas, and so on. Universal fluids might promise compatibility, but long-term, they cause overheating and failure. Your transmission is one of the most expensive systems in your car. Treat it like it matters. Habit number 15, coolant control. Many drivers think coolant is just water with color, but it's far more important than that. Over time, coolant doesn't just get dirty, it turns acidic. Once that happens, it starts eating through the inside of your engine. Water pumps, seals, heater cores, and eventually head gaskets can all fail from neglected coolant. Here's a common story. The coolant looks a little low, the driver just tops it off, never flushes, and one hot summer day the engine overheats. What could have been prevented with a $70 flush turns into a $2,000 head gasket job. Don't make that mistake. Coolant needs to be flushed every 3 to 5 years. And here's something most people overlook. Never mix colors. Red is not the same as blue, and universal jugs are a recipe for sludge. Always buy the exact coolant your manufacturer recommends. The right fluid keeps your engine cool, prevents corrosion, and protects seals. There's even a trick that some mechanics use. Adding distilled water in hot climates can lower temps by a few degrees. But the bottom line is simple. Don't treat coolant as an afterthought. It's a frontline defense for your engine survival. Now, habit number 14, the timing belt trap. This one destroys engines silently. Your manual might say the timing belt lasts 100,000 miles or 10 years, but in reality, most start showing cracks, and we're much earlier, around 60,000 to 80,000. Belts age not only from mileage, but also from time, heat, and oil contamination. I've seen cars with only 40,000 miles, but 7 years old snap a belt with no warning. When that happens, pistons and valves collide, and the engine is essentially totaled. Replacing the belt on time is critical. And don't stop at just the belt. Change the tensioner, idler pulleys, and water pump at the same time. They all wear together, and skipping them means paying labor twice. Remember, timing belts don't squeal or give hints. They just snap. Prevent that disaster by inspecting and replacing early. Habit number 13, spark plug strategy. Spark plugs are small but mighty. Worn plugs cause weak sparks, incomplete combustion, misfires, and even catalytic converter damage. Those $50 plugs you skipped can cost you $3,000 down the road. The so-called 100,000-mile plugs often don't make it past 60,000, especially in turbocharged or direct injection engines. Driving habits like short trips, cheap gas, and stop-and-go traffic accelerate wear. Stick with OEM or top-tier plugs. NGK, Denso, Bosch, Motorcraft. Choose what's made for your car. Replace them on schedule, inspect for leaks when you pull them, and don't cheap out. It's a small investment that saves thousands in the long run. That's 5 habits down, and we've already uncovered how manufacturers oversell convenience at the cost of longevity. Oil, transmission fluid, coolant, timing belts, spark plugs. 5 areas that can make or break whether your car taps out at 150,000 miles or cruises well beyond 500,000. These aren't guesses or myths. These are patterns every mechanic sees daily. And by following them, you're putting your car in the elite category of vehicles that survive and thrive long past what most people think is possible. Stick around because the next habits dig even deeper, covering fuel filters, brake fluid, and parts most drivers never even think about. Yet they quietly decide the future of your car. Let's keep going.